2 stealth bombers were assigned to the mission. Days before, a spy inside the Iraqi government had reported Iraqi intelligence was using the bunker.
We just ran, followed the firemen in, down a ramp. The heat was terrible, the smell was awful, and it was clear to me as we got into the main room that the bodies themselves had been ignited by the tremendous heat and were just burning in their own fat. And the firemen were just stepping over bodies as we did.
The bunker was a public air raid shelter. 204 people, many women and children, were killed. The shelters were the only places in the city with running water and electricity, so each night, families gathered in them.
I miss my wife and my children. It's not fair. Nobody says something. Stop this massacre.
We wondered momentarily if, in fact, there was some sort of a propaganda ploy. These people were Kurds that Saddam Hussein had murdered and put in there, things like that. But it was obvious that, in fact, it was being used as an air raid shelter.
The Pentagon says if it had known about the civilians, the shelter would never have been bombed. But the military has always insisted that a section of Iraq's intelligence service also used this building. Baghdad has always denied it. But Wafiq al-Samarrai, now in exile, says the Americans are right.
Part of the shelter was used by this intelligence service. There were different groups, but mostly there were people from the Technical Affairs Department. They would often go in and out of the bunker. And on one occasion, Saddam himself visited.
The Al-Firdos disaster brought home the bloody reality of even a high-tech war and created a major public relations problem for the Allies.
I called General Schwarzkopf and we talked about it. And I said, Norm, clearly we did what we thought was right, but it turned out to be full of civilians. We've got to look at the target list a little more closely. And we got to take a look at what it is we're doing in Baghdad itself. We didn't shut down all targets in Baghdad, but I asked questions like, why are we bombing the Ba'ath Party headquarters for the 8th time? Do we think there is somebody still in the Ba'ath Party headquarters? Why are we bouncing rubble with $1 million missiles?
The word was passed. Bombing Baghdad now would be the exception, not the rule. And that ended the illusion that air power alone would win this war.